Hey kiddos, time for the daily bread. Boy, Jacob is still working on his flock, making sure it's separate from Laban's. Let's hear today's tract. Daily Tract 582, Genesis chapter 30, verse 41. Therefore, when the first to arrive were climbing on the ewes, Jacob placed the branches in the troughs of water before the eyes of the rams and the sheep, so that they might conceive while they were gazing upon them. Kids, let's do a quick recap. So Jacob and his father-in-law, okay, which is actually his uncle too, whose name is Laban, they worked out a deal. See, Jacob, in order to get his wives, which happened to be his cousins from his uncle's kids, his daughters, in order for Jacob to marry them, he had to work for his uncle for several years, right? 7 years for each wife, okay? And so now he's to the point where he's ready to go back home. And in order to go back home, they have to settle their debts to each other. In other words, they've been working together for so long. It's not, you can't just give everything to Jacob and you just can't give everything to Laban. They had to figure out, how do we split this up? How do we make sure that it's fair? And so what has happened now is they both agreed that Jacob gets all the sheep and animals that are blemished. Okay, that means they have spots on them. They're not perfectly one color. And then Laban, the uncle, his father-in-law, gets all these sheep and animals that are one color, all black, all white. They have no blemishes, okay? And what Jacob is doing here is he's getting them to be separate, okay? So, and then also he's having them mate. In other words, create more sheep, more animals, right? They're having babies. And so that's what he's doing here is as they, feed on water, drink water, and graze. He's trying to make sure that his animals are reproducing, right? Because that's how you make more animals. Because you have to, use the animals for the wool for their clothing. Use the animals for, to eat, to sacrifice, all those types of things. So you got to keep the animals going as well. So that's what he's trying to do here is make sure that his flock is continuing to reproduce, so that when he goes back home, he has a good starting point. He has a lot of animals, so that he can grow his, help his family grow and provide for them. God bless. I love you.